what went wrong because Manchester United lost to Brighton. It's the 90th minute. That header, right? That cross to the far post. Two Brighton players was not marked in the far post. But overall also in the gameplay, did Manchester United really dominate? And you know, what do you think?
I like the way they play. To be honest, even a defeat until maybe 70th minute when too many substitutions. I still like. No matter what, I still like the way the press, the short passes, the confident level. You know, players go up.
So it's still too early to say that there's something wrong with United.
Usually, what we for the past few seasons we say 10 games, right? But my 10 games seems to be very short. Versus Fulham, I lost to Brighton. Next is you, and I think two to three more games against Chelsea, if I'm not wrong.
But usually your cult leader status, right, is like lose, next week win.
Yeah.
Why you never say that?
Correct. Yeah.
You see, the thing is, a losing team versus a winning team, right? On it, I looking a draw.
Yep.
But at Old Trafford, I think the crowd believe the team. I think it's the way they play right now. Me myself, one thing is Ten Hag had improved in English. This is something that I don't understand why, but he did improve. I think it's good for him as well.
Okay, so what's that point?
No, the thing is because
communication.
Communication.
Yeah. Let me look at
correct.
Last time Emery cannot speak English, right?
Oh yes.
So now he can speak better English.
Okay,
so he doesn't have that stoppage. That's one thing. Second of all, I like the way they pass. The flow is there. It's just that the final third don't have a striker, don't have a. That's minus of Rashford lah. If PSG want to buy, please go buy him and Sancho, please.
On the contrary, Liverpool has won their second game comfortably. Yeah. So going up against. So how was the performance? What do you think?
I watched later part of the first half and second half lah. So there's a lot of things to like lah. There's a lot of things to like, except for Trent throwing a tantrum at the 90th minute.
At the subs
bench, and then after that, where Jota was trying to joke with him, he never reacted. He looks like a player who is a bit frustrated lah. But other than that, I think the way we are playing, we are passing, Slot wanting the players to move and all that. It seems like not only Trent is going into the midfield, even Robo is going to the midfield. I don't get it. And then
trying to copy Arsenal lah.
We are already playing that last season.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, we're already playing it much earlier. But other than that, of course, Gravenberch has been a revelation. I think finally he got somebody speaking to him in a magical Dutch language. He shined in the number 6. But I still think we need a proper defensive midfielder.
It's a much more comfortable game compared to the first game, which is against Ipswich.
Because Ipswich turned on their engine at
quite
the first
early,
half. So they were pressing and all that. So we were actually trying to cope with the press lah. But after that, I think like what Slot did, substituted Konate. He showed that actually shows that a proper substitution can change the game because we were more secure at the back, and then we managed to go forward and finish off the game.
Talking about substitution, I agree with you guys as well. Arsenal versus Aston Villa, 0-0. Trossard came in within like 1 or 2 minutes. He scored the first goal and it opened the floodgates to become 2-0.
You know how many TikTok videos were discounting that Arsenal is 0-0 and they bring in this guy, a lot of videos. They bring in this guy.
Why?
And
he has proven himself since last season.
But no.
Why do they say that?
I think all this is for clicks or whatever.
For views lah.
For views lah.
But I feel that Trossard has been a consistent
impact sub.
Yeah. So whenever he starts the first 11, he doesn't have that much impact compared to being coming in as a sub.
I hope that Anthony start.
Why?
Rashford rest.
You want Rashford to be impact sub?
Because the thing is, Rashford
possible.
I don't see him play that good nowadays.
Just add him with you buy McTominay, get Rashford free, yeah.
Package.
So I don't mind, like, because the thing is, we have too many wingers as well. We have Garnacho, we have Ahmad, we have Anthony.
But still better than Chelsea lah.
But Chelsea
150 players.
4-6. At least now they perform.
Yeah.
They did perform. Which is surprisingly the return ting. The notification the notification keep on coming.
I think because last year I was saying this, right? Chelsea with the quality they have, it's just a matter of time where they will switch on, and then after that it becomes this level. But against Wolves, which is usually a very hard team to beat, they actually perform
6-2.
well. Yeah, 6-2.
Arsenal just signed your third signing. Mikel Merino.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Merino confirm
Yeah, that one confirm. I think he going for medical.
Excuse me.
Confirm he's in. Another midfielder. I think combative from the YouTube videos I watch. A combative midfielder. Why your face like that?
Liverpool, wake up, do something.
I thought you were saying that Merino is not a good player.
Do something.
I think we had this conversation, right? Because Arne Slot is not a manager. He wasn't hired in to... From my understanding, from some Liverpool fans, right? He's not here to... He is a coach. He managed the team.
Okay.
But in transfer-wise, he is not... he has not much of a rights to interfere. Like really, the sporting directors will say, "What you need?" For example, I need this and that. He go and search and try to fit in the criteria instead of like Arteta, Ten Hag. I prefer this player. Is it okay?
I think Arteta, what Slot is experiencing is what Arteta had experienced before. In the first season, I don't think Arteta brought in that many players.
But the thing is,
Willian, if I'm not wrong, and he's trying to get rid of players like Aubameyang and all that.
No,
so that first season, I don't think there's much transfer news for Arsenal in the first season as well. So maybe that's what Slot is trying to do. He's trying to get used to the players that he has, because if you want to talk about transfers, it's money, you know. You think Liverpool has so much money, Man U, we are not Chelsea or we are not Manchester City.
I think
cannot easily, right?
Any manager that go into the new team definitely will sign one or two players that before that
he wants to aim .
But the thing is, there isn't any much rumors. There isn't much transfer movement to excite you guys. Like last time, Man U.
Is it because it's Slot that it's Slot?
Basically, I think what
if it was Klopp, they would have scum, you know.
I assume at the moment is because when Klopp comes in, right, he comes in at the later part of the season, which I think like a few games in, and took over. I think Sekeni Darwish for his first season, and then he didn't have a chance to buy any players as well. So after that, the team that he took over, I think he did buy 2 or 3 players.
Is it in Jan? Did he buy?
No. He bought only the transfer window in the summer. Transfer window. But it makes sense to me that we didn't spend. Although I know a lot of our fans wants to build the team and all that, but there is a reason, and hear me out. The reason is that if let's say we're going to spend, right, we need to spend on the players that Slot really wants and Slot really require. So at the moment, we already have a young team, and quite a number of them can perform under Slot at the moment. So when he is actually playing this current team, managing this team, I think he has to assess properly first. If let's say really Trent wants to go off, Salah wants to go off next season, or Salah wants to continue, Vini wants to continue, then he needs to assess the contracts he have to resign, whether they really fit into his model or not. And then next season, then he identifies which department he needs to plug in or he needs to reinforce, which to me makes sense. That's the proper way. I don't want him to actually spend and
need
then
to assess.
Yes, needlessly spend whatever it is. I think that's a bit like you break your budget now to reinforce, but in the end, if let's say the player doesn't fit the current team or his tactics, right, then there's no point.
And the thing is, you need to have balance, right? So every position should have at least 2. You know, you sign players, then suddenly maybe you get like Manchester United, you get too many wingers.
Yeah.
There should be. You have to really assess the situation.
What you say? Okay, this year I got Salah, I got who and who and who. Next season, Salah go off, Van Dijk go off, I bring someone to replace. Isn't there a risk?
Risk of what?
Of that player also cannot fit in. Okay, I buy player in to prevent a void for next season. I bring the player in, understudy Salah, Van Dijk, TA, for example. Okay. TA say, no, I'm not going to risk. I'm going to sign. I'm going to Chelsea. I'm going to Real Madrid because Real Madrid is also eyeing for him. He go off. At least this replacement you buy this summer can fit in comfortably. Van Dijk go off, this guy will come in. Salah go off, this guy come. If you go and buy players that is leaving, then replace next summer, the void itself might be too big for that player to fill in. It might be a big signing, a superstar, so-called superstar signing to replace Salah, to replace Van Dijk. TA haven't reached to Van Dijk and Salah height. I felt that I understand where you're coming from, but to do that is a risk of failing even further if you guys are not winning anything this season, and next season, right, because of the so-called rebuilding, it will be worse. This my take. This my take.
In my sense, in my head, right, I beg to differ because we have ample cover. Although the cover that we have is injury prone. Kwanzaa, we have Konate. These two centre backs actually played very well last season, except maybe Konate was injured. But Kwanzaa actually, as a youngster, he played almost to VVD level already. Then on the right, we have Conor Bradley, who was actually injured the later part of the year, and then Trent, of course, performing in such a fantastic way. He actually played in a inverted role. He go into the midfield, a bit of change here and there. For Mo Salah, probably I feel we need to secure his role. But then again, some of the fans were saying that he's a bit on the aging, but I feel that he could be a mentor. He's still one of the most deadly wingers, even though he's already 32 years old. He's got a lot more to give still in Liverpool. So I hope that amongst all of them, right, Mo Salah, I hope that he continues or they confirm his signature on the contract lah. But other than that, actually we have ample cover. Even let's say we really lose VVD, Trent, I think he's a generational talent. I think we need to secure him. But if not, I think we have ample cover. And the thing is that with all these players that we have at the moment, right, it doesn't mean that Slot will utilize them fully. He could have another idea of what fullbacks play. Like Gakpo now playing on the wing because Slot promised him, I'm going to play you on your natural position. Look how he come into the game, man. He had shots and all that. He played in from wide, cutting in inside. He's playing great. So to me, right, sometimes, right, we need this kind of change also. Because yes, we are in a transition. We are actually, although people say, oh, this is the team that challenged Manchester City for the title and all that, whatever it is, right? But the man at the helm is Arne Slot, and he is actually a totally different manager. He may not be playing the same way Klopp plays. Yeah. So he may require different players.
That one I totally agree. Because when David Moyes came in, take over, sign only who's that guy?
Fellaini.
We have almost the same group of players, but we were playing so badly in all competition. This is something that I do understand where I'm coming from.
And I think it's difficult that if, let's say, at the end of this season, 3 very important players leave, I don't think any club can just buy 3 players to replace. It takes a very big transfer, move to replace these 3 big players. That is the, like worst case scenario.
Yes, that's the worst case scenario. I believe it's a worst case scenario. Yeah.
That can happen.